save that thou art, thou my best Lord, by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my life.
Well, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here, KUMC, as this is our third video in this short little series through Lent as we discern and vision and dream about what our future looks like. We had a really lovely conversation this past week at lunch after the service, a beautiful time where we gathered together and wrestled with some questions. And if you'll read, hopefully you'll get the newsletter or the NFC email that I send on Saturdays. Read that, because I have some insights from that I want you to see. But we're here at a table, and I'm here at a table with my friend Diane Cook this morning. When I looked at the table that we sat down on, I thought, gosh, what a mess. Because it is kind of a messy table. But you did such a beautiful job of reframing it and looking at the paint splotches that are on here. And the table over here had a melted spot on it. And you looked at all of this and said, wow, these tables have been loved really well the last number of weeks or months or years that they've been out here. I love that because it helps kind of reframe how we look at the world in general. And I think for all of us as we're going through this process, there's a visioning. There's some of us that are scared about what's coming down the road. There are some of us that are really excited. There's some people that are just in the middle, not really sure what to think. But having a perspective of, even though it may look a little messy, that there's something good that has happened and will happen in that space. So I think that's a wonderful perspective. Well, I wanted to have a conversation with you today about a number of things, because one thing that I've learned about you and I love is that you are a professor at Lewisburg College. What do you teach?
I teach almost anything related to biology.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've taught general biology 1, giving the students their foundation.
Yeah.
I teach genetics and microbiology. And just about 4 years ago, I picked up teaching anatomy and physiology. Right now, I am really enjoying anatomy and physiology because I'm still learning and growing in it.
Oh, I like that.
And the students have such a passion for the hands-on activities.
Yeah.
They keep saying, what's our next activity?
Oh.
One young man came in last week and he's like, oh, we have an actual experiment today.
A quick pause for anybody that hears some beautiful music in the background and maybe it's calming. We have my wonderful Gemma here who has a game with a harp going on it.
Ooh.
Thanks for sharing that with us. I am curious from you, because you told me that you have been a member at KUMC since about 2001.
Remember, probably since more like 2004, but attending from 2001.
Attending from 2001.
Yeah.
Tell me about the last 25 years or so at this church.
Wow.
How would you describe that?
Roller coaster kind of comes to mind, because we started in a fairly small, for us, structure. We were growing, we were overflowing rooms. I was teaching in a Sunday school classroom where we probably had 20 4th and 5th graders.
Wow.
We did not have nearly enough tables or space even to put tables and chairs for them to sit.
Yeah.
And so the understanding in that classroom was that the 2 teachers got chairs and all the kids sat in a big circle on the floor. But that's how cramped we were.
Yeah. This was when you first got there. You were in the building over here on First Avenue.
Correct.
Just down the way.
Tiny little narthex, 3 or 4 people in the narthex trying to socialize, trying to fellowship, and nobody could walk through it.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of our fellowshipping outside.
Yeah.
Or, just around where there was space.
Beautiful problem to have.
Exactly. And in 2007, we were able to break ground. And so, we marveled at the space.
Yeah.
There was a huge area where people could fellowship outside the equally spacious worship area.
Yeah.
We had a space that we developed into a coffee bar where people could come and again, fellowship between services.
Sure.
Before or after.
Yeah.
We had space for several Sunday school classrooms where there was plenty of room for the kids and the teachers.
Yeah.
We actually had to adult Sunday school classroom had to take over both halves of a room. The room had been designed with the accordion
Yeah.
to divide it.
Yeah.
But we had to take over the entire space because that particular adult Sunday school classroom was so large
Yeah.
that the two groups couldn't meet in that, and
Wow.
the other group found a different room.
Okay. So this is all kind of part of that uphill roller coaster.
Exactly.
And we know more and more about.
Exactly. It was exciting. It was wonderful, but the numbers didn't quite keep up with what was expected.
Sure. Sure.
We didn't see the huge growth in membership that we had kind of expected, kind of built our plans on.
Sure.
It just didn't materialize. Some did. We did add some new folks.
Yeah.
But we also lost some folks. And it just wasn't there. And then after about 10 years in that building, COVID came.
Yeah.
And that
which made it a lot easier.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we already thought it was
Trust me.
challenging, COVID was the giant monkey wrench that really messed up a lot of things.
This church and many others, but this one had a hard time, was already finding some difficulty.
Exactly. And COVID surely didn't help matters any. And
so fast forward a little bit for me. Tell me about the transition. What would it feel like for you moving out of the Forestville address and into the school?
I had a lot of mixed feelings.
Sure.
I understood what was happening. I understood intellectually the need to do something different.
Yeah.
We couldn't keep going the way we were going.
Sure.
There's only one state fair every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we couldn't count on that being the thing that carried us through the year, because it wasn't carrying us financially through the year.
Yeah.
It helped us get out of the hole, but then a few months later, we'd just be right back
in
where
it.
we were. But emotionally, it was hard.
Yeah.
Before those decisions were made, my husband had passed away.
Mm.
He was, if you ask choir members, praise band members, he was the roadie for our music ministry.
Yeah.
He also sang.
Yeah.
As long as he could, but he was the roadie. That man, more often than not, could be found popping out from under the stage in the worship area. Why? Because something wasn't working right in the sound, and all the wires were under the stage. So he was trying to do that. And as it came closer and closer, it was harder and harder to think about, this was the last place he ever was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the very last Sunday we were there, it happened to be our wedding anniversary. It was our last Sunday there. And the worship area, the stage was gone because it had to be dismantled. There was a lot of other stuff, and it was just so weird.
Wow.
And it was so emotionally hard.
I can't imagine.
But coming to Beaver Dam, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it.
Yeah.
Came. And I was so pleased to see so many people the next Sunday.
Yeah.
I was really worried how many people would just go, ugh, and not come.
Mm-hmm.
And they came.
Yeah.
And they still come.
They still do.
And
That's right.
I see people that don't get out very often, but they are there. I saw somebody just this past Sunday, and I can't quite remember the last time I saw him.
Wow.
But it was at Beaver Dam, so it
Yes.
has to have been within the past year or so.
He came out.
And I've heard people say, and I can see it too, we feel almost closer because of that transition.
Yeah.
We're not a small group in a huge space where we're kind of echoing around.
Yeah.
Where it's easy to scatter quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are that same small group, but in a smaller space, so we almost feel bigger.
People find a strong connection through moments of turmoil and stress and hardship. And I think so much in life that we try to present ourselves as everything's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm fine. Nothing wrong is going on. But lifting up those moments where we're just struggling and having a hard time opens us up to, it's vulnerable, yes, but it opens us up to a beautiful way of connecting with someone else.
Oh, yeah.
I have to imagine that a number of people, whether it was through the sale of the building and moving into the school, or a personal stress or loss, finding that commonality of we're all kind of having a hard time, but we're here together.
And I think that's what we saw in those first few weeks. the whole adjustment of, okay, service is over. We have to put up the chairs.
Yeah.
And initially, I want to say people kind of felt weird about it.
Sure. We have to put up all the chairs before we get out of here? We don't have to do that before.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. But now it's become part of the post-service fellowship.
That's right.
We're grabbing chairs and we're chit-chatting and we're passing the chairs along.
Well, again, come and be a part of the conversation. Be a part of the, oh, we can do hard things too. It's a joy and it's a blessing. We'll continue this conversation next week. We may stop into downtown Raleigh and meet a friend of mine. I want you to come and see that. All right. See you then.